All right. The offseason deep dives continue. DallasCowboys.com just dropped another pick six, this time getting to know one of our key free agent signings, defensive tackle Solomon Thomas. A local kid, a respected vet, but what's the real story? You know Bipolar Blue is here to read between the lines and overanalyze every single detail. Let's get to know Solomon before I get to know our new trench warrior. If you're hoping for some real help on that defensive line, if you're intrigued by what Thomas brings, smash that like button. Let me know you're with me. And if you haven't, subscribe and ring the bell. We're tracking all these new additions. Okay, here we go, the pick six on Solomon Thomas. 1. Thomas isn't simply a talented NFL player, but also a philanthropist in the local community, primarily by way of his charity, the Defensive Line, that focuses on teaching youth the ins and outs of football. But most importantly, the importance of mental health and mental health awareness, the goal being to reduce youth suicide after having lost his sister to in the past. Bipolar Blue hype. Let's start with what really matters. Solomon Thomas isn't just a football player. He's a philanthropist, a community leader. His charity, the Defensive Line, focuses on mental health and youth suicide prevention after tragically losing his own sister. Okay, folks, no crash take here. This is bigger than football. This is a man of immense character, turning his pain into purpose to help others. That's the kind of person you want in your locker room, period. That's true strength. This adds a level of respect and admiration that goes way beyond a stat sheet. This is a massive win for the Cowboys as an organization. Bipolar Blue, crash, no crash, just respect. 2. Signing with the Cowboys is a big deal for Thomas, considering he is an alum of Coppell High School, located northwest of the Dallas Metroplex. And what many don't know is that his time in North Texas was preceded by several childhood years spent living in Australia. Bipolar Blue hype. The local kid comes home. This is a big deal for Solomon Thomas. He's a Coppell High School alum. He knows this area. He knows what football means to North Texas. That's a guy who's going to play with extra pride, with extra passion, wearing that star in his own backyard. And get this, he also spent several childhood years in Australia. That's a unique journey. This dude is worldly. He's seen different cultures. That adds a different perspective to the locker room. Love the homecoming story. Bipolar Blue crash. Homecoming stories are great for the local news, but they don't get you sacks. It's cool he's from Coppell, but it won't matter if he can't get off a block on 3rd and 2. And Australia. Fun fact, but unless he'd learned how to tackle a kangaroo, it doesn't have much bearing on his ability to stop the run. It's a nice narrative, not a football trait. 3. Thomas was ranked as the nation's 20th best overall recruit coming out of Coppell High, and a 5-star recruit by at least one metric when he committed to playing for Stanford. Bipolar Blue. Hype, a 5-star recruit, the 20th best overall recruit in the nation coming out of high school, and he went to Stanford. So we're talking elite talent and elite intelligence. This isn't just some journeyman. This is a guy who had top-tier, first-round pedigree from the very beginning. The talent has always been there. Maybe Dallas is the place that can finally unlock that 5-star potential consistently in the pros. Bipolar Blue crash. Okay, 5-star recruit who committed to Stanford. That was years ago. He was drafted high, yes, but he's also on his 4th team for a reason. That 5-star high school ranking hasn't translated to consistent all-pro play in the NFL. The potential is there, but the on-field results haven't always matched the high school hype. 4. Hailing from a family of athletes, Thomas's parents were active at a high level in sports as well. His father, Chris, played collegiate basketball, while his mother, Martha, ran collegiate track, and his uncle, John, became a 4-time Big Ten 400-meter hurdles champion at Indiana. Bipolar Blue hype. It's in his DNA. He comes from a family of athletes. His parents played sports at a high level. His dad played college basketball. His mom ran college track, and his uncle was a four-time Big Ten hurdles champion. You don't just stumble into being a pro. He was bred for this. The athleticism, the competitiveness, the drive, it's all part of his family legacy. That's the kind of genetic makeup that gives you an edge. Bipolar Blue crash. Athletic family? Great. A lot of players come from athletic families. Does his dad's crossover or his mom's 100-meter dash time help him shed a double team? It's another nice piece of trivia for the broadcast, but it doesn't guarantee on-field production. Plenty of guys with non-athletic parents are Hall of Famers, and plenty of guys with athletic parents flame out. 5. Thomas didn't take the field as a freshman at Stanford, but he used that as motivation to take the Cardinals and the conference by storm, winning a list of accolades as a junior, including the Morris Trophy for being named Best Defensive Lineman in the conference in 2016. Bipolar Blue hype. Chip on his shoulder. He didn't play as a freshman at Stanford, and what did he do? He used it as motivation. He took the conference by storm, winning a ton of accolades, including the Morris Trophy as the best defensive lineman in the conference. That tells you everything about his character. He doesn't pout when he faces adversity. He gets better. He gets hungrier. That's the kind of mindset that can elevate a player in a locker room. He's bringing that motivated, prove-you-wrong energy to Dallas. Bipolar Blue. Crash. Okay, he had a great junior year at Stanford in 2016. That was almost a decade ago. It's great that he used being benched as motivation then, but we need that motivation to translate to consistent production now in the NFL. That Morris Trophy doesn't mean much when you're going up against the Eagles' offensive line. 6. Only one defensive end was ranked higher than Thomas as he entered the 2017 NFL Draft, and that person was none other than Myles Garrett, a nod to Thomas's near-limitless ceiling en route to becoming the 3rd overall pick that year. Bipolar Blue hype. Near-limitless ceiling. The only defensive end ranked higher than him in the 2017 draft was Myles Garrett. That's it. That's the list. That's why he went 3rd overall. This isn't just about his 5-star high school rank. This is about being considered one of the 2 best defensive prospects in an entire NFL draft class. The ceiling is immense. If Eberflus and this defensive staff can unlock that potential, we didn't just sign a depth piece. We signed a guy with superstar talent. Bipolar Blue crash. Okay, he was the number 2 cheat though in the 2017 draft. Myles Garrett became a perennial All-Pro and Defensive Player of the Year. Solomon Thomas is on his 4th team. That near-limitless ceiling has yet to be reached in the NFL. The potential is there, but at some point, potential has to turn into consistent, dominant production. This is a low-risk signing hoping to finally cash in on that old, high-end potential. So there you have it, the full story of Solomon Thomas. An incredible person, a local kid, a 5-star recruit from an athletic family who was once considered the 2nd best defensive end prospect behind only Myles Garrett. My final Bipolar Blue prediction based on getting to know Solomon Thomas? He's going to be an excellent locker room presence and a solid rotational player. The high-end character and motivation are real. He'll make some splash plays because the talent is there. But at this point in his career, he's a high-floor, reliable contributor, not the near-limitless ceiling superstar from the 2017 draft. He'll be a good, valuable signing for what he is, but let's not expect Myles Garrett. Mark my words, that's the Bipolar Blue take. Are you more or less hyped after getting to know Solomon Thomas? Let me know below. Bipolar Blue, respecting the man, waiting on the consistent production. Out.